Hey guys, Smitty here with Just Piddlin Barbecue. In today's video, we're going to be doing some seared ahi tuna. And if you would like to make this dish, stay tuned. Alright guys, to get this recipe started, we're going to make a glaze to go over the finished product of this seared tuna. But before I do that, I need to do a little bit of housekeeping. I want to give a big shout out to two guys that sent us super thanks to the channel in support of the channel. Trip540, big supporter. He's been a subscriber for a long time. Appreciate you. And Dave IGF1 sent us super thanks as well. I really appreciate that. That really helps out the channel. And because of those super thanks being sent in support of the channel, we're going to be having some wild game videos coming up pretty soon. We're going to have some duck breasts. We're going to have some venison backstrap. We're going to have some ground elk videos. And so those things really help a lot. If you'd like to donate to the channel, hit that super thanks button below the video. And we certainly appreciate that. I'll give you a shout out in the next video. Big thanks to those guys. So now let's get on with the video. All right, first thing we're going to do is this glaze that we're going to put over the top of the tuna. And first thing that we're going to start off with is Smoke on Wheels Kansas City bourbon infused barbecue sauce. We're going to go in with about a half a cup of that. And just so we have accurate measurements, so you can do this at home, I'll measure it out. We'll do, this is a quarter cup, so I'm going to do 2 of these. This is not super accurate, but it doesn't have to be. So get that in there. So that's a half a cup. And then we're going to go in with 1 tablespoon, a little bit less than a tablespoon probably, of Cosmo Q barbecue glaze. This is the cherry apple habanero. So we're going to go in with that, probably 3/4 of a tablespoon. So go in with that. And then we're going to go in with, and I'm not going to measure this, I'm just going to, maybe a teaspoon of some toasted sesame oil. How about that much? So maybe a teaspoon. Then we're going to give that a good mix, and that's going to drizzle over the top of our seared tuna. All right, so these are the ahi tuna steaks. Now 3 of them are almost exactly the same thickness. This one is a little bit thicker, so I probably need to keep it on the griddle a little bit longer. So what are we cooking on? We're cooking on the YS640S Pellet smoker, and we're going to utilize the Yoder smoker's 3/4 inch thick griddle that I got with it as an accessory. It's an awesome product, and we're going to showcase that today, searing off these tuna steaks. As a binder, we're going to be using the toasted sesame oil again, a little coat of that, and then we're going to be coating the outside of it to get that crust with this everything and more seasoning from Wild Fork. Wild Fork is also where I got this ahi tuna. If you're like me and you don't live in an area that readily has it, go to Wild Fork Foods and check them out. This is where I got this ahi tuna, as well as the everything and more seasoning. So I'm going to kind of dump this out on this plate, and that's what we're going to crust this with. It's got a really toasty type smell to it, a little bit of garlic, sesame seeds in there. And let's get a little coating of this sesame oil, just a little drizzle. And then we're going to rub that around on the tuna steaks. And then we're going to dredge them in this seasoning here. Flip them over and get both sides. These look really good. Alright, let's get them in here. Now the sesame seed oil is a higher temp oil, so you want to kind of use that when you're going to be searing the tuna steaks like this. Let's press it down in there and get it coated really good. Flip it over and get the other side. That looks really good. Get it up on the sides as well. And that looks pretty good. Now we're going to do all 4 of these, and then we'll be ready to get them on the Yoder Smokers YS640. Alright, so I've got the Yoder set at 385, but obviously the cast iron griddle is going to be a lot hotter than that. It's running around 450 right now, maybe a little bit higher than that. I checked it with my laser just to be sure. Yeah, we're right at 450, exactly where I'm going to be putting the tuna steaks. Got some grapeseed oil we're going to lay down. And now we're going to put our steaks on. Alright, we set a timer for 1 minute, actually 1.5 minutes. And that's been 1.5 minutes, so we're going to see what we've got here. Not too bad, a little bit came off, but that's alright. Alright, we're going to go 1.5 minutes longer. Alright, that's 1.5 minutes on this side, so that's a total of 3 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take these off and let them rest. And then we're going to slice them up and see how we did. Alright guys, so we've been resting these tuna steaks for about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and cut into them and see how we did. Now as far as doneness goes, you want tuna steaks to be somewhere around medium rare. And hopefully we did right. I think this thinner one might be over, but then we've got a thicker one too, so we'll see how these go. But let's go ahead and cut into them and see how we did. I'm going to do this thicker one first. I'm just going to go right across here. Oh, not too bad. Not bad. That little piece out of the way. One more slice maybe. Yeah. So actually not too bad. Let's give it a taste and see how we did. That's pretty good. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of steaks, regular beef steaks. With that rub on it, it's really savory. It's really kind of like eating a steak A little bit different texture. That's really good. Let me get this plated up, and then we'll put the drizzle on it, and then we'll see what the finished outcome is. All right, now we got it plated up, so we're going to add a little drizzle to it and see what that does to it. See if it adds any little hints of Asian flavors to it. That's going to be good. We don't want too much. All right, now let's give it a taste and see how this little drizzle glaze added to it. Right off the bat, it changes it from being okay. I would eat that at a restaurant. That is fantastic. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. Subscribe to the channel if you will. If you'd like to donate to the channel, leave us a super thanks. We certainly appreciate that. And until next time, we'll be piddling. See you guys.